Hi ladies, I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Our verses for today are Proverbs chapter 2, verse 1 through 5. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. And I know we went over a couple of these verses a couple of weeks ago, but we're going to look at it today from a little bit of a different perspective. We're going to specifically focus on the fear of the Lord. And in the beginning of this chapter, the first few verses, you see the word if 3 different times. And it seems like he's giving us a list of if you do this, and if you do this, and if you do this. And that if can even be implied to the other statements that are there. If thou wilt receive my words, if thou wilt hide my commandments with thee, if you incline thine ear unto wisdom. And as he goes through all of those statements, then in verse 5, he says, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord. Fear it usually does, cause a change in our behavior. Several months ago, I was staying at home by myself. My parents were out of town, and it was a Wednesday night after church. I had come home. I had opened the back door so that my dad's dog could go in and out like he likes to do, and he was getting a little bit of fresh air into the house. I was sitting on the couch, and everything was going great until I saw this little mouse run in from the backyard, in through the back door, over by the fireplace, and around behind the couch where I was sitting. Well, that was it. I was done. I was immediately up off the couch, grabbed the dog, went into my parents' bedroom, and I basically hid there for the next 3.5 days until my parents came home. And I kept the door closed, kept the dog with me. I stayed in my parents' room because it's a master bedroom, so there's a bathroom in there. And that fear of that little mouse, because I absolutely despise the things, changed my behavior for those days. I still got work done. I was able to get some schoolwork done on my computer and read a book and do the different things, but I stayed out of the rest of the house until my parents came home, and they kind of looked, okay, no more mice. I didn't want it running across my feet. I didn't want to see it at all. That fear changed my behavior, and fear causes a change in our behavior. Some people, when they get afraid, they might stay very still, and it causes no action. They don't do anything. Some people, that fear causes them to do the opposite of what they would normally do in certain circumstances. But fear brings a change, and fear of God should bring a change in our behavior. All of those if statements. If you're doing those things that he wants you to do, then you're going to find and understand the fear of the Lord. And that fear, I want people to see the fear of God in my life. And they see that fear through actions. To fear God, a lot of people say, well, that's to be in awe of God and to give him the reverence that is due him. And that's true. We should recognize God's holiness. But to fear God, I believe, honestly goes a step further than that. If we're really going to fear God, it's to, yes, recognize his holiness, but then to change my actions to line up with his expectations. And when I do that, then people and others see God's fear in my life. They can see that fear that's causing a change in my behavior and in my actions, and then it's reaching out to others. And so today, let's just remind ourselves to fear God, to do the things that he has commanded us to do, to obey his words. And then our prayer request today would be that we would just take some time and think about what in his word, what has God commanded us to do? Are we truly fearing him? It's easy to say, yes, God is holy. It's easy to say, yes, he's an awesome God. Yes, I fear God. But do we show that fear in our actions? Has it caused a change in our life? Thank you, ladies. I hope you have a great day. I'm praying for you, and we'll see you tomorrow.